Hey, good morning, Trondheim friends, and welcome to this week's episode of Patio Ponderings. And I'm so glad to be back outside today and on our patio at Trondheim Church. We've had a couple beautiful days this week and headed for more. So today's pondering is not my own. It is one of yours. After worship on Sunday, I was having a conversation in the fellowship hall, and we were wondering together, or someone brought their wonderings to me, their ponderings to me, and it had to do with the last verse that we heard. And if you were there on Sunday, we talked about the first chapter of Acts and the ascension of Jesus and the gathering of disciples, and all together after the ascension, waiting for the Holy Spirit. And this was the last verse that we heard. That all were united in their devotion to prayer, along with some of the women, including Mary, the mother of Jesus, and his brothers. And that was what started us pondering, was this idea of Jesus having brothers. We don't talk about this often or think about this much together in our preaching on Sunday mornings. It's usually kind of a detail about who was present in a certain scene. There's a lot missing about Jesus' life in the Gospels. Between Jesus as a baby and Jesus starting his ministry around age 30, there's only one story that we get in one Gospel, when Jesus goes up to the temple with his parents and stays behind in the temple. Other than that, we hear nothing about Jesus growing up. And so this idea of Jesus having brothers is really intriguing. Now, in a couple of places, Matthew 13 and Mark 6, Jesus' brothers are actually named. They are James and Joseph, or Joses, Simon and Judas. And then we also get a reference in Matthew 13 to his sisters. So likely he has at least two sisters, if not more. So Jesus is coming out of a large family. And so we wonder about this. What was it like to grow up for Jesus and with Jesus? Like, was Mary always telling the other kids, why can't you be more like Jesus, the Son of God? A little humor there, but it's interesting to imagine Jesus as a very human part of a family, right? And we don't have answers. We can only imagine. We can only ponder. Have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought about what it must have been like for Jesus to grow up with brothers and sisters, learning his dad's trade, Joseph's trade as a carpenter? Lots of questions that arise out of that. But here's kind of my takeaway with that, as I've been thinking about this, is it just gives us one more area of human life where Jesus has those experiences that we can relate to. Many of us, not everybody, but many of us have brothers and sisters, and we know the joys of that, and we also know how interesting that can get, to be growing up in close quarters with our siblings and teasing each other and bugging each other and either being best friends or annoyances or both, all at the same time. And how we get along in one moment and fight in another. So much to this is kind of a fun pondering for me. Just a lot to ponder this human experience that Jesus had in a big family. And to know it's just one more area of our life in which Jesus can connect with us on a very human level. So what do you think? Have you ever thought about this? Do you ever imagine what that must have been like? Let me know. As always, I love to hear what you have to say. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the glorious weather, and we will see you on Sunday. Bye.